Hello guys, welcome to my office. So let's get into a bit of a backstory. A few years ago, there was a huge boom in these co-working spaces, but there also arose an issue of how do you decorate it? How do you make it feel personal? Because gone are the days of being in an office building, but these areas come with their own tricks. So for this video, I want to show you how we've been able to transform this commercial space, something that would feel like it just blends in with the rest, that now has a very unique touch to it. And this is all thanks to the design ideas and creativity of fine urban real estate construction and interiors. I want to show you how we've been able to create a sense of privacy and make it feel really personal, fit the exact number of people that our client wanted, while still adding a lot of life into a space that would ordinarily feel kind of meh. So let's get into what we've done here. So immediately at the entrance, you're greeted by a flower. These are faux flowers that look really, really real. So they add that vibrancy when you walk in. It's just a personal touch that makes people feel more welcome. And that color translates really well to the seats where you would sit at the reception area as you wait to be called into the main office. So you'd sit down here. These seats are really comfortable. They're the appropriate size for this entrance, because if we had any bigger seats, we'd want something that's more cushy, but because we're working with this space and we want to make the most of it, we wanted to make sure that we had a great balance between finding something that's comfortable that also doesn't take up too much space. Because imagine having those big comfy seats. This navigation right here would not be ideal, but because we have those, we have so much room. I can see we have a socket down there, which is precious. You need as many sockets as possible. I'm particularly bad at charging my phone, so if I was waiting to be attended to, I could easily charge my phone as I wait. Now we have the centerpiece, which is this desk. Look at it. You can see how beautiful this detail is here. And if you've been watching us, you know this is a fine urban touch. This is pure craftsmanship and workmanship. Every one of those lines is absolutely perfect and makes such an impression. If you can't always add pops of color and vibrancy in that way, you definitely want to play around with your textures. I love this warm tone over here, and you can see we've gone with a lighter tone with the wood feel for the top, so it really does feel strong. It feels like a really strong desk, and you want a front desk that gives an impression so that whoever is coming and waiting is ultra comfortable and feels like whatever service is being offered is going to be of the highest quality. Desks do so much more than you would imagine, but above that, whoever is going to be on this side of things, I can assure they have enough room here to swivel around. They have enough room to swivel around. The seat is really, really comfortable. We have a number of desks right here. So all your pens, your notebooks, any paperwork that is needed can all fit really spacious, really deep, and very easy to open and close. That's soft close. Did you get that, Dennis? Get that? Look at that. That is so good. So we have a huge working space. We have somewhere to display. This is an opportunity for a client to also, have some decorative features. If they have any plaques that they want, they could also display them there, but you'll see we even have more spaces for things like that. I can see we've also gone ahead and we have these pencil holders, pen holders, markers, highlighters. Really, it's all the small details. This is an office, so it's good that they get to move in and already have things like that in place. But the beauty of this area does not end at the beautiful work that we have done on this desk. Of course, it also goes on to the back wall. Something I was told yesterday is the fact that this client actually trusted us to design their logos. So this is the logo for this company, and we designed it. So if you have a business out there, you want us to design your office, but you don't have a logo for it, if you give us the idea of it, we're able to actually create something that feels true to the essence of what you're doing. So we have Kira Adventures and Capital. It looks really, really beautiful. It's a light up setup, so it really stands out. And then for the background, you can see we have repeated this pattern that we've seen at the front of the desk, and that's the kind of custom feel you get when you're working with fine urban. And then beyond that, we have the strip lights right behind there, and to create more of an effect and more of a focal wall, you can see we have this step detail with more lighting. So that walk in, this is the entrance area. You can believe that any client who walks in here immediately feels welcome. There's so many things to look at. It feels intriguing, and most importantly, it feels like you're going to get a great service. To be honest, I'm not quite sure what Fakira Adventures and Capital Ltd does, but I know I'll be more than happy to sit in this waiting area and hear what it's all about. So we also have to play around with lighting. This area gets a lot of beautiful light. It's so natural outside, but you always have to create provisions because you never know how long your client will be working, whether they're going to be leaving when the sun is still up or when it's down. So you want to be able to think ahead like that. So you can see we have beautiful lights to highlight the desk, and then in the gypsum we have our cove lighting and our recess light. So you can see it's very well lit in very intentional areas that I feel like this is going to have such a beautiful glow just because the lights are quite warm and it feels amazing. So let's continue with the display. So over here, if you're feeling a bit thirsty, we have a water dispenser, and it's also doubles as a coffee maker. So your guests can always have a coffee as they sit and wait. And then we have built out this entire wall. You can see we've customized this welcome sign. This is a touch you've seen when we're doing commercial spaces. I think small elements like this just add a more personal touch and make an office feel more welcoming, so you're welcome. And then we've continued on, and now we have display shelves. So here you can see an example of what you could do. You could have plants in here just to make that indoor-outdoor experience as well, because as I said, this area, a lot of nature, a lot of greenery, so I can see someone really wanting to bring that in. But as I said earlier, if you have plaques, if you have accomplishments, if you have anything that takes pride of place within your business, this would be a great place to show your clients, like, okay, these are our achievements, and this is why you can trust our business to take care of all your needs. So that is a multi-purpose area built out by Fine Urban, customized. You have to think about these details. Again, it's all about making your office feel more personal. You don't want it to feel cold. You don't want it to feel clinical. People are absolutely moving away from that. Continue, we have the main office, but we will finish off in there. I want to get nice and cozy. So let's continue to this section. And I have to say, this one was quite tricky. This area where these co-working spaces are located is prime land. The nature is beautiful. You get a lot of sunshine, but sometimes you get a little bit too much, too much sunshine. So we had this issue of figuring out how are we going to make the space feel comfortable, because the sun can come in, like right now, it is beating down. And also the space isn't all that big. And the client had a very particular number of people and desks that he wanted to fit in here comfortably. So we really had to come up and think about dimensions and seats and things like that. So first things first, creating privacy was one of the first things we had to tackle. So you can see as we're walking around, all the areas that look onto the outside have this frosted glass feel, but it's not all throughout because we still want to retain that indoor-outdoor feel. So we have this frosted bit right where your kind of mid-range body, head to torso area would be during the day as you're working. So you can, when you're working on something, people cannot just peek in and you're not distracted by what's outside. Second thing was, how do we give our clients some alleviation? They're right by the windows. That sun is going to be hectic. We put in blinds. So I'm going to demonstrate right over here. We have just a very simple system here, but very, very effective as well. So we have these blinds that go all the way down. And now you can just get the impact of that, but you can do this all throughout. So if you look above, you can see we have them all around, meaning you can make this entire area like completely closed off. And yeah, it's a great way to create privacy and also give alleviation from the beautiful sunshine that we get here in Nairobi, Kenya. The next thing we tackled was making this space work. And I have to be honest, we did the best we could. Thinking about the furniture and dimensions, thinking about the number of people, and thinking about navigation, and also just what the desks and seats we were going to choose are actually going to be able to accomplish. You have to think it's an office. Everybody is going to want a lot of storage, as much storage as possible. You're going to want a lot of desk space. We also wanted to retain that flexibility just in case they want to have desktops or laptops. So all of these little factors had to play into the decisions on how we're going to make this space fit. So this is what we've ended up with. Let's start on this side. So over on this side, you can see the dimensions. The seats are really, really comfortable. You have enough room to swivel around here. We have some drawers right over here. I can see that they also have locks, which is really, really important for keeping those documents safe and sound. So you can just lock that at the end of the day if you have anything super sensitive stored, and take the key away with you. And then we have another little section over here and another one over here. So you can see we have storage there, and most importantly, we have leg room. So as I'm sitting here, I'm a tall girl. I would want to stretch out my legs. I can push the seat back enough where I have enough room down there. If I'm getting ready to work, it's a matter of this. If I have my laptop here, I can have some files over there, my pens. It's going to be really easy to organize. And most importantly, we have the sockets right over there. And you can see on these desks, we have a section where you can have your wires pass through instead of just being scattered all over the floor. So we have a lot of room here for whoever is going to be using this desk. And as I'm sitting here, I don't know, you can tell the sun. And then you can get a full experience of exactly what I was talking about with this frosted glass. The placement of it is absolutely perfect. Where I'm sitting, there's no distractions. And if there's anyone out there, they're not seeing what I'm working on my desk. Now we're gonna go through this one by one and just see, even in terms of how we have put the layout, if everybody is getting that comfortable experience. This desk is, the seat is facing in that direction. We have some room in the middle of all the desks, and we have a potted plant right over here, continuing that theme of the indoor-outdoor experience and kind of just creating that through line throughout the space. So here we have the second desk. I can see this person also has a bin, could have a bin over there. Same desk setup. You can see how they would be comfortable right over here. Again, easy to move the seat back and stretch out your legs. The only thing I would say, but honestly, this has to be one of those things where we did the best we could with the space that we had, is over here, someone of my size would have to do a bit of a shimmy to just kind of get across, but it is doable. And then once you're here, you have your desk space, you have your bin, your socket, and enough room to move back and swivel around, and you still get that privacy. I also enjoy the fact that we have the windows right over here. So again, if you want that, a lot of air, if you want a lot of air traveling into the space, you're able to open that up, and everybody does have access to kind of, so maybe that person wants to have a lot of light. So that's why we didn't want a continuous blind situation. We wanted everybody to have their own flexibility in terms of like, my area is really sunny and I'm not enjoying that. I can just easily do that without disrupting what everybody wants for their space. So I love the flexibility that we've been able to create here, and the beauty and the simplicity. Another thing you'll notice is the transition on the floor. So this section has carpet, and if you've ever worked any office job, you know, as you're sitting down and your feet are constantly having that pressure on the floor, it can get quite uncomfortable, and that's why we chose to carpet this. And I love that tone. That gray marl design over there is perfect for an office. It's nothing too bright, and also works well with the different tones. You can see the blacks and the browns, and we have the grays, and then we still have that introduction to a pop of color with this wall hanging. I love how textured it is with the touches of blue there, and then on either side we have those sconces in the wall. Now if you look up, you'll notice that we have continued that gypsum design. Very, very simple. This area does not need a lot of fuss, but the introduction of that warm light touches even this section. We have the recessed lights placed very delicately, and the continuation of the cove light. now we're gonna go into the executive office. And this is where the big meetings happen. Wow, snazzy. The feel of this room is so different. I have to start at the door, obviously. This was another personal touch by Fine Urban. You get such beautiful pieces like that. We could have gone with stickers. It's easy to print out something and stick it on there, but this is glass. And then we have the letters, they actually jut out and it's bold and black, so it fits seamlessly into the door. So you have the background, which is very frosted, and then you have it with the black frame, so you can see how those two really play well together. So let's get into the office. Let's have a bit of a meeting. This is so lovely. The tones on the wall, it feels so warm. So this color is wonderful for these walls. We have this massive centerpiece. I love pieces that are abstract like this. It's just the finishing touch that this wall needed. Right next to this beautiful faux bamboo plant right in this corner. You can see that through line. If you're going to see something at the front, you're going to see it in the other section, and you're going to see it in here. You're just creating that storyline, so whoever is interacting in this office does feel like, okay, it's all one big welcoming space. Oh wait, I didn't even notice this guy. Look at this. This is so regal. There's something about like majestic animals that when you add something like this into an office, it adds a layer of seriousness, but then just a piece of art that's really eye-catching. And we have more shelving over there. Again, people like to display their accomplishments, and I love that we have all these shelves over here, so whoever's going to be using this office can do that as well. And another space where I would feel very lucky to be a guest. The seats are, that is nice. This is so nice. It swivels as well. This is amazing. This is how I would have all of my meetings in 2024. In a swivel chair that's really, really comfortable, has luxurious fabric, and a really comfy cushion with extra, it has so much leg room. Like, I'm a tall girl. I love that I can stretch out my legs, and it's amazing. Let's continue. We have the continuation of the carpet in here in that mall gray as well. We have this lovely desk. We have a space for a water dispenser. With the limitation of co-working space like this, it was really, really important for us to create sections especially for things so they're not taking up any more room than necessary. So you can see that's why we've built out these shelving areas, and we have the water dispenser there and more shelves here for display or even for files, and more room up here. Guys, I can see, you know, those color-coded thick files, they would perfectly balance there. Or even if you just have like books that you enjoy, if you like reading Michelle Obama or something, you could stack your books here to just kind of give it more personality. And now we are getting to the big man's chair, or big woman, you know, women can be bosses too. So yes. And the ease, I've talked about how the seats, like, they move around so smoothly. And I have to say, not only is that due to the selection of the type of furniture that we've chosen because they're high quality, we've all sat on a swivel seat where the wheels just won't move. And that's usually down to going for something that's cheaper, that just doesn't work well. So not only have we chosen like the best quality seats possible, but also choosing the carpet helps with that smoothness. I can identify that immediately. The flooring choice and the seat choice are playing so excellently together. And those are the little details that Fine Urban does that are so easy to miss. Like, you only notice it once you experience one of our spaces, and then you go somewhere else and you're like, what is it that's missing? There's something I got from Fine Urban that I'm just not getting from this other space. And it's small details like this. I could roll around all day just sitting here, but this is another great display of having a lot of desk space. We have many drawers and cabinets over on this side, so the boss is also going to have plenty of space to store away their files. So if they have any more private things, they could put them here really close to them. We have these little knickknacks, just spaces to personalize your office space. And again, just those pen and pencil holders to keep everything nice and neat. I'm sure we have a socket somewhere nifty around here. We have the bin right down there, and yet and still we have enough leg room. Like, I cannot overemphasize the importance of having leg room. It is, when you're gonna be sitting at a desk, day in and day out for hours and hours, working away at your laptop or reading or signing, whatever you're gonna be doing, you want to be able to push your seat back and stretch out your legs. Like, it just does so much. You don't wanna necessarily have to get up and move back and forth. You can do that, but if you're able from your sitting position to just stretch out your legs, it does wonders for the office experience. So here you can see we've also continued with the frosted glass. And honestly, I don't want to get up from the seat because it feels like I'm home. Like, this feels like where I should be working. I will see about getting my own office at Fine Urban and have it designed in this way.